and welcome to my channel. This is Mary, the farm girl. Right now, I want us to go into details about how you can apply for a temporary work visa for Canada. I showed you briefly on how you can do the same if you have applied and gotten a job offer as a farm worker. However, today I want us to go into details for how you can apply if you have gotten a job offer from just about any type of work. So this can be a farm worker, you can be a cleaner, a truck driver, a constructor, anybody for that matter, or even a nurse. So if you have found a job offer, how do you go about visa application process for Canada? Just to remind you, if you're still struggling with your resume and cover letter writing and you're still wondering, am I doing the right thing? Remember, I have created a template for you and I'm sharing it through my email address. You can find it in the description box. So if you have not submitted or if you feel you want help in that area, you can just contact me through the email address. Also, I want to thank everyone that we have created those resumes and cover letters and you feel comfortable sending your job applications, and we are hoping that you're going to get the job offers very soon. So let's jump into the video for how to apply for a temporary work visa for Canada. Start your application. You first of all need a job offer. This is if you're going to apply for an work specific work permit or a visa for a specific company. So the first thing is to get a temporary job offer from a Canadian company. Depending on the type of work permit that you're going to apply for, you will need a job offer from an employer in Canada. After getting a job offer, the second thing that you need to get is the LMIA document. So this is a labor market impact assessment document showing that the company that has given you a job offer is allowed to take employees from outside Canada. Remember, they only give the companies LMIA documents if they cannot find willing, available, or qualified Canadian residents that can apply and work for these jobs. Now that you have the job offer and you have also been submitted with the LMIA document showing that you are eligible to apply for this job, then it is now time to start your Canada work visa and permit application process. So the first thing that you need for you to do is to create your profile in the Canada website, immigration website, whereby you're going to key in your details. I will show you how to do this step by step in the next video, so you don't have to worry about that if you do not have an account or if you do not know how to do this by yourself. Remember, you can do it by yourself. You do not necessarily need an agent to help you do this, but if you want to use an agent, then there is absolutely no problem. The best part with the Canadian government website is that it gives you everything that you require for you to understand the process. So probably you're still doubting yourself that I do not know how to go about this. So there is an eligibility link that the government is providing in that website, and it will help you to also determine the kind of forms and documents that you need to apply to, the work permit that you actually need to apply to if you're not even sure. So you do not have to worry about that. Just go to the website. I'll show you how to do that in a live video that I'll do next after this video. So the forms that generally you're going to be submitting in these documents or in this application process are supporting documents which will be evaluated by the officers or immigration officers who are going to be reviewing your account and verifying whether you need to migrate to Canada or not. So to apply for the work visa, you must submit some of these documents. Number one, it's a medical examination document. So this is whereby you go to the medical examination center and then you get your medical examination done to determine your health. So because you should not go to Canada when your health is at crisis, especially when you're going to work as a foreign worker, so you need to do your medical exam. The next thing that you need is to show your valid passport, meaning it should be more than 6 months, because temporary jobs, they go for 3 months to 6 months, mostly 6 months, but sometimes the officers at the immigration at the port of entry, they can reduce that time into 3 months. So from 3 months going forward. So if you have a passport that is 6 months and above, the better for you. After presenting your passport, which is now valid from 6 months going forward, it can be even 10 years, the more the better. You should also provide 2 photos which should be recently taken, that is not more than 90 days, and they should be taken from a white background with no borders. So that is the conditions for you to take your biometrics or the photos. The other document that you need to provide is a copy of your marriage certificate. If you are married and if you filled in the eligibility part that you are married, then you need to provide your marriage certificate. If you have children and you have already stated in the eligibility criteria that you have them, then you need to provide their birth certificates. The other thing that you should provide is a proof of enough funds in your bank account to show that you are able to take care of your expenses while you're staying in Canada, and also enough money to return home to your home country. But remember, if you are going to be working as a temporary farm worker, the airplane ticket, it is paid for you by the employer, both the ticket to go to Canada and also the ticket to come back home. The other thing is now the document showing that you have been given the job offer, which is now showing that you are eligible to apply for the temporary work visa. The LMIA document that the employer issued you is also another thing that shows that you are eligible for the application, and these things are going to help increase the chances of you getting approved afterwards. If you will be applying for Quebec, then you need a certificate of acceptation from the same province. The forms that you should also provide during this application process are the application for work permit that is made outside of Canada. The other thing is now the application for temporary resident visa. I am also going to show you how to fill this document. And these documents, by the way, you can find them in the immigration website for Canada. So you should go there and just find them and try to understand things, one or two things here and there. The other document is a family information document. Although some situations don't require this document, some do, and this is the statutory declaration of common law. For example, if you're a Kenyan, you need to provide this document. When you go to the immigration website, the government shows you the forms that you need, and they're also going to ask you which country you're going to be coming from. If it is Kenya, if it is Uganda, wherever you're going to be coming from, they're going to show you the specific forms that you need to fill for you to apply for the temporary work visa. Lastly, you should provide a police certificate document, which is now going to show that you have no criminal record from your home country, so you have been a law-abiding citizen. So those are the forms and documents you should provide. And remember, you can get this information from the Immigration to Canada website. So after this, now you're going to go and complete the Canada visa with an interview. Now after you have already submitted the forms, everything that is required, then you're going to go for an interview. After the interview, then is the processing time. And if you want me to show you the processing time for different countries, we can do this live. So yeah, so that we can know for which times we need to wait for the documents to be processed and the decision of whether we have been approved to go to Canada or not to be made. For example, in Kenya, it takes 9 weeks for this processing time to take place. After waiting now for the processing time, you have been accepted, you've received all the documents that you are needed to receive, you've sent all the documents that you needed to send. It's now time to travel to Canada, and if the government has decided that you can work in the country, then you can start making your travel and accommodation arrangements as soon as possible. Then when you get to the point of entry, you must show all the documents and your approved work permit. Then the officers are going to let you in, but still, when you get your approval, it doesn't mean that you have been given authority 100% for you to enter Canada. Sometimes when they go and check your documents and then they find that, for example, you provide some forgery documents, if they happen to detect any forgeries, any misleading information, any information that is not true, then your application can be cancelled at this point. When you're processing your documents, if you do provide wrong information and probably the processing is not approved, the money that you will have paid for the work permit, for the biometrics, for the processing in general, it is not going to be refunded. Are we together? It's not going to be refunded, and if you want to still try again, you're going to pay the process again. So you must be very, 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 very careful when you're providing this information, so that you do it right from the word go. If you need to, just go to the Canada immigration website. Try to do this with a dummy account. That is, you have an account that you really don't want to show the real information about yourself. Try it out severally until you get to understand, this is how I will have to do it, this is the things that I will be required to do. Then now, after you are comfortable with writing and submitting everything, go ahead and apply, so that you can minimize the chances of you getting yourself trapped with a processing that is not going to be approved. So technically, that is what you do to apply for the work visa. And now, after you have done all that, then you are eligible if you apply it correctly. So just go ahead and do it. I know you're going to succeed in it because it's not a hard thing to do. Try it for yourself. Many people have applied by themselves and they have gotten valid work permits and they have gotten approval. So it's not a strange thing. It's going to happen to you too, if you just try and put the right things applicable. So see you in the next video. In the next video, we are going to just do the live, whereby I'm going to show you now the step-by-step application process. I know most of you are waiting for this video. Yes, so that is just about it. Until next time, bye bye.